what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is M. Zambrano, thank you for 1 million people in the comments for me. Yes, I am here, and baby, we gotta talk because listen, there's new information coming out in the Diddy case. Diddy maintains he is the most innocent person in the world. We will see about that. I believe the victims alleged until it is proven otherwise. However, we got to talk about what's going on with Diddy. Baby, the streets are saying that Diddy is set to snitch on his gangland affiliates. Now, I know what y'all thinking. What gangland affiliates? You mean those fools be crip walking and having freak offs? Listen, I don't know if they be participating in the freak offs. I do know that according to a lot of accusers, Diddy has gangland ties. People are even saying the head of his security is affiliated. Now, let me just give y'all the background before we actually get into the evidence, because you know your girl made a PowerPoint presentation, right? But let me just say this, okay? When it comes to Diddy and his gangland ties, why would he even do this? Because somebody made a comment. What's up, mixed chick Samantha? Larry said the streets is going to take care of Diddy. I don't think he's going to make it to trial. Because when I heard this, I said the same thing y'all did. I was like, how the hell you snitching on mofos? Do you plan on making it to trial? Do you plan on coming outside? Are you even thinking about your children? Because I don't think this is going to turn out the way you want. Okay? But get this. I put my ear to the streets and I asked some of my people, do you think this is true or not? Y'all know whenever I hear anything, I try to get 4 or 5 sources that I think are credible and knowledgeable. And that they all kind of come back and tell me the same thing. I'm like, all right, maybe this is more true than not. Again, Diddy maintains his innocence. Everything, even though I do believe the victims are allegations until they are proven in a court of law. Don't believe me. Don't take my word on anything. Go do your own research and then come back and tell me what you think, because you know mama loves to talk. Okay, so here's the thing, right? What do we know for, when I say fact, I mean until it's proven otherwise out of the complaints and stuff, right? We know that I did a live a long time ago when I was like, yo, what is going on? Like father, like son. Christian Combs and his trust fund, used to be trust fund self, was sitting up there throwing up gang signs in the car looking like a damn fool. Ain't nothing more annoying. Sorry, guys, daily little shit up. Ain't nothing more annoying than seeing somebody raised on a trust fund with a silver spoon throwing up gang signs. Now, baby, do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, I always thought the whole gang sign thing, because you ain't really have anything, you did it out of necessity, not because you decided to leave like Professor X's school for gifted youth and go over and throw that stuff, okay? Now, so what do we actually know, right? We know for one thing that Diddy is alleged to have connections to the B's and the C's, okay? That's what we're going to call them, right? It's also known that Diddy has a lot of billionaire friends, a lot of high profile people, a lot of people that just help put him in his place. Clive Davis, right? He at one point ran the music industry. Now it's Lucian Grange, who incidentally is also being sued. Then we have Ron Burkle. Burkle, it's going down. Then we have Ron Burkle, right? We have all these people, right? Okay, right? Hold on, let me fix his title. YouTube is hating on me with the thing. Apparently, you can't say too many things in YouTube without, let's see, plans on leveraging his to save himself. Hold on, I'm just changing this really quick. We know that Ron Burkle is also in his pocket. He also has a bunch of other billionaire friends, mail callers. Listen, gentlemen of the night, whatever you want to call it, right? Diddy has all that stuff. All right. We also know that Diddy has been put in place by many powerful people. We now see that he was not making as much money as we thought he was. I'm not saying Diddy was broke, but the lifestyle he made, which Forbes estimated cost $35 million a year, where was the income coming from? He just got Revolt TV. He just got that. He's been living this lifestyle for a while. So where did this come from? I know what everybody's saying. Oh my God, maybe it came from Chirac, maybe it came from this, maybe it came from that, maybe. But as we saw, Diddy was not even he was not even the owner of Chirac. Okay. So we know that. I'm just changing the title really quick while I talk. So we know that. So again, people always used to ask, where did Diddy's actual money come from? As we dug deeper into his finances, because we always on the internet minding our business, being nosy, it basically came out that Diddy was a high paid influencer, and he leveraged his, like Little Rod said in the tapes, he leveraged being a celebrity, he leveraged people kissing up to him. He leveraged getting designer freebies. He leveraged all this mess. Okay. So he was able to show that he was wealthy instead of telling. Then he fed into that whole black excellence thing, this, that, and the third. And baby, I'm a sucker for black excellence because I was believing it too. Okay. I was believing it too. So when it came time for everybody now that the grand juries assemble, people are testifying, they have to write up that testimony into the indictment. Again, that is what is taking so long, but people are saying his arrest is pretty much guaranteed. I think it's guaranteed. Go watch my video about it if you don't think that. When it came into all that stuff about, all right, so how are you going to get out of it? And I talked to a lot of lawyers and they all said the same thing. The only way Diddy can get out of it is one of two ways, right? He can go to war, right? He can start windmilling on the federal government. The federal government got a 95% conviction rate. And honestly, no offense to Diddy, I don't think he got enough money to actually fight the federal government when they allegedly have so much evidence on them. Little Rod got all that evidence as a civilian. There's no telling how much the federal government actually got from him. Okay, so fine, right? We're looking at all that. Now, the funny thing is with this, and when it comes to the whole Diddy scenario, the funny thing is that, okay, that's option one. You can go and fight the feds, but it's only 95% conviction rate. Let me just tell y'all the past so y'all can know what's going to happen. The other thing that can happen is Diddy gets a plea deal. Now, that was very interesting to me. If you watch my old lives, you know where I'm going with this, or so you think, but there's a plot twist, right? That part was very interesting to me because I was like, hold on a second. If you get a plea deal, that means that your sentence would be significantly reduced. Now, the thing is, make no mistake, I think 100% Diddy is actually going to have a sentence of some sort. It might be reduced, but it's going to have to be a sentence of some sort because they just did too much. You don't just get to walk away. You wasn't some low-level mule and they didn't know what to do with you and out of this, that, and the third. Okay, so what does it have to do with its gangland things? Well, here's the thing. The people that you don't just get a plea deal. No matter what anybody says, you just don't get a plea deal, okay? Jeffrey Dahmer couldn't get a plea deal. This person or that person couldn't get a plea deal. You don't just get a plea deal. So where does it happen, right? You need to give people up. Now, the thing is with Diddy, who are you giving up? Because you can't give out the people richer than you. Because if you believe this, the people richer than you are the ones that's making you bunny hop, Meek Mill style to trial. Because the only way you can get a plea deal is to give them up. So you can't do it to the people richer than you. So where's Diddy's getting his plea deal? Well, the streets are saying that Diddy is getting his plea deal by ratting on his gangland associations. Because think about it. You're not dealing with a billionaire, right? You're dealing with the people that allegedly offered you protection, that was washing money, that you were giving hammers to, bang bangs to, and also paying for money. They were your protection. They were your enforcers. They were whatever. Now, I know what y'all saying. Same thing James said. Do you plan on going to trial? Because I don't really see how this is going to go. But when you think about it, right, this is the perfect thing that he would have to do to save himself. So I started digging a little bit more and researching into the actual court documents, right? To be like, what proof do we have that Diddy actually has legitimate and real gang ties that he could leverage into something more. So I came across paragraph 81 in the complaint. Little Rod, this is in his sworn declaration to the court. He is basically testifying. This is sworn. If he is lying, he can be sent to jail. If he is lying, Diddy and them can sue him for lawyer fees. If he is caught lying on this, it's bad because the courts make an issue that, baby, you can say what you want, but if you come into this court of law, you have to at least believe what you're saying is true. And we can prove that you knew you were lying, baby. It's over. So Little Rod said, I've also seen individuals bring bags of cash to Mr. Combs' home. Diddy informed me that this money came from Universal Music Group. I've also witnessed known gang members at his home in LA and Miami be paid from stacks of cash he has in a hidden room in his bedroom closet. Now, first of all, let me just say this. When I read this, I said, yo, as much as TMZ want to sit there and be stupid and Sean Hawley and them might not see it, talking about see, this proves is Little Rod even telling the truth? He said that he didn't testify to the feds. Little Rod is basically telling us in this declaration, baby, not only did I testify to the feds, I drew them a map of where everything was. Look at this detail. A stacks of cash he has in a hidden room in his bedroom closet. Wasn't Diddy showing video of doors being busted open, everything ripped apart? They like to say it's because it was a militarization against a black man. When in reality, they were looking for evidence of a suspected human blanketer. On top of that, they obviously knew about hidden rooms in bedrooms and whatever, but let's keep going, right? I've seen Mr. Combs bring the cash out and place it on his bedroom table, bed, or couch. Now, when I read this also, I said, how big is Diddy's bedroom? And Little Rob, what was you doing there? But you know what? We already know Diddy was trying to turn him in to one of his bad bees. Diddy was probably bragging when everybody was like, how you know that Daphne and Stevie and all of them were blank workers? I think it's because Diddy was probably showing him the cash app receipts, the Zelle payments that he was sending to them, talking about, baby, it could be you too for a price. You know, I like them church boys. Anyway, right? Other than Diddy, the only individual I've witnessed enter the hidden room in his bedroom closet was the chief of staff, Christina Coram. She was allowed to remove cash and drugs from the hidden room in his bedroom closet. Now, I have said a bunch of times, I do believe that Christina was his Josiane Maxwell. We talk about young Miami being his Josiane Maxwell, but I don't think young Miami is smart enough to be his Josiane Maxwell. Not saying she's stupid. I'm just saying that this would have been the perfect time to cut ties with Diddy. As a matter of fact, Miami was just posting on Instagram talking about it hit different when both of y'all completely honest about everything. And I said, oh my God, when are we going to have a talk with young girls and actually say, someone being completely honest with you about everything is not the mark of a good person at all. It might be, but it's not. Someone being completely honest with you that they bagged 50-11 chicks in your bed while you was busy working your double shift at Church's Chicken, baby, that don't make you a good man. That just makes you a diggity dog. I was honest with you. I told you I preferred your cousin and I never wanted to be with you. I was honest. Man, if you don't get out of my face. But young Miami's from those young girls. You're so used to men lying to you that you think a little bit of honesty is a breath of fresh air, because now at least they coming home. And when you're like, where were you? Instead of gaslighting you or lying to you or you having a place smell you or whatever, right? They just tell you, I was bleeping the neighbor. Why? What's up? Did you cook dinner? Mwah. And you're just like, oh, well, at least he's honest with me. We don't keep nothing from each other. That's that time young Miami's on. At least we honest with each other. And you just be looking like, oh my God. All right. The devil is real honest. They tell you from the get-go, where the soul at? What you want to do? You want to parlay that? You want what you need? What you need? Some money? What you need? Fame? What you need? Success? What do you need? What you need? Love? Baby, I got all that in spades. Where the soul at? But anyway, right? Let's get into this really quick. Also, I want to say to Aram, thank you so much. You said, can we get some Tattle Tell merch and put that on a shirt? Minding my business, being nosy. You know what? That's a good idea. I was going to put up a post for you guys saying, can you guys tell me some of your favorite sayings so I can do I can do some Tattle Tell merch, but all in good time. Let me just make a note. Aram, thank you so much, Aram. Minding business. Shut up. I lose my track of thought real quick. Being nosy. Okay, so let's get back to work, okay? So this is the first thing I found that literally does give weight to the fact that Diddy actually does have some gangland ties. Let's keep going, right? We also have this. Paragraph 80. Mr. Combs would also make me work out of his bedroom whenever he had gang members and drug dealers visit him. Again, Little Rod is asserting that he worked out of that bedroom several times. I witnessed Mr. Combs hand out guns from the hidden room in his bedroom closet. Again, while Diddy was crying that the feds was breaking open the door, you knew they was looking for something. Meanwhile, you got Misa on this internet, literally capping for your boys, posting dumb memes of lions protecting their babies. And I said, oh, God, stop. This is cringe. But you got Misa out here looking stupid. You got Kimora and Aoki tweeting for Christian's release when I was like, y'all so busy talking about Usher and tweeting about Christian. You're a good boy. You needed to be worried about what Aoki was doing on her spring break, because I guarantee you she wasn't, unless she was studying necrophilia, judging from her boyfriend. But anyway, right? How you date a busted, not a sexy 65-year-old man, someone that got youth or whatever. No, you dated somebody's Italian peepaw. Baby, he looked like he from the streets of Naples, just frowning on all the black people coming in the city. Y'all ever been to Italy? Y'all know how it does, right? I'm not saying all Italians are, but you know how those old Italians be scrunched up, right? Bump on their nose, just flaring at you because they mad. They mad that they see negritos and negritas coming into their city. Y'all know the Italians I'm talking about. You ever been to Italy? You dated one of them. Ugh, guys, giving fetish, and not in a good way, if there's ever one. Okay, so anyway, let's get back into this, right? Let's get back into this. Oh, also, it's 2,402 people in this thing. If you guys are watching this on playback, or if you're watching this live, do you mind giving me a like, notification, subscribe? Too much? Okay, fine. But you can do that. Like, it's free, baby. Free 99. Okay, so there's also more evidence I actually compiled. So I think everybody kind of skipped over this, right? This is a picture of Moy Bond, Thanksgiving 2022, when Mr. Combs offered Rodney some coca. I assume Rodney got it on tape, probably got Diddy, you know, when he zooked it. Now I watch old videos of Diddy, especially at the last 2 years. He walking around looking like, I want to say, did y'all ever see those old history videos? My dad's a big history buff of Hitler. Yeah, that one, right? Walking around the 3 years before he was defeated. He was a known meth head. He was always coked up, zoked up. He was always tweaking. Yes, the guy, Heil Hit. Yeah, I don't want to get demonetized, but that guy, he would even give the troops it. They were all known meth heads. Google it. They would literally, before they went to battle, like be free basing and doing whatever else they could, go into victory. Hitler was also like known for, I just said it and got demonetized. He was also known for that. So in that way, Diddy kind of reminded me of him, because Diddy for the last 2 years, when you look at him, his eyes bugged out. He just tweaking, and not in the way of, oh, he's being excited or too much energy. You just had to see him. He always looks like he sees like Earth 1 and Earth 2 at the same time overlaid. Like he just like on shrooms or something. He just always looks like he's seeing like your head open up and flowers grow out, or like your ears start singing in unison. He just always looks like he sees something. Okay. So anyway, Little Rod was like, this was a Thanksgiving also that I think there's actually evidence of Carisha and her cousin. And this is when the cousin tried to seduce Little Rod while Carisha was there. to get the freak off started. And little Rod went into the bathroom and hid. I can't even clown him because I would have went into the bathroom and hid too. I ain't ready for the Sodom and Gomorrah stuff. He just trying to get some writing credits and get his thing because everybody thought the Love album, nobody knew it was going to flop. Everybody thought it was going to be the biggest thing in music. All right. He had a lot of great people working for him, blah, 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 blah. So at this time, everybody thought the Love album was going to shoot everybody up into the stratosphere. Little Rob was literally just trying to get a producer credit and some money. Maybe get one of the girls he liked, wipe her up, make her a God-fearing woman. And meanwhile, Diddy tried to get him to do freak offs, and he tried to, what did Cat Williams say? Diddy is persistent. He is aggressive, and you got to tell him no. Little Rod didn't know how to tell Diddy no about losing everything. So that mofo just thought he could hide in the bathroom, even in the studios, in the child. I'm about to get back into this in 1 second. Let me just get this all right. Even in the studios, when he was talking about that Chalice record shooting, right? If you notice, one of the things, is my screen fuzzy? One of the things that is so funny about that is that Little Rod, nothing's funny about a man getting shot, okay? But I'm laughing at the irony of the situation if you think about it objectively. Little Rod, because Diddy's studios, he used to make the studios into something called Club Love. He liked to create with like booties bouncing around, Sodom and Gomorrah, it was literally a real life scene from The Devil's Advocate. Remember when they invited Keanu Reeves to the party and there was all these stuff like embroidered on the walls and carved in, and then he looked and they all started moving like snakes and it became some weird orgy, and Keanu Reeves was like, ugh. Right? And his wife was like, I'm having a mental breakdown. Y'all remember did y'all ever watch Devil's Advocate? It is an old school film. Just go watch it. I saw it on, actually, I think it was on Netflix. I walked in, my cousins had it on. I was like, what's this? Right? Even though Keanu looks exactly the same now as he did back then, but he supports Zionism, so we'll just move past that. But anyway, my whole point of the matter is I think that's what Diddy liked in his studios, that whole Devil's Advocate, Sodom and Gomorrah tease. It made him feel like he was creating. Meanwhile, everyone else didn't realize he's not creating. He just gets off on this. And just like Cassie's music, he's probably never going to release this. He's just doing it because he knows people will do something strange, not even for some change, but for a promise of the change. Okay. So, but it just makes me laugh that Little Rod hid in the bathroom in Thanksgiving from Young Miami's cousin, because he was probably in that bathroom like, please, George, Jesus, please deliver me. Please deliver me. Please deliver me. My Lord is my shepherd. And then like he was probably praying for his life. And then you think about when Diddy was having all that mess going on in the studios, Little Rod was literally hiding in the kitchen, sleep. Trying to stay away from those hooligans. He probably was praying every night, like, my Lord is my shepherd. He was praying. Listen, he was praying. Anyway, so this was Thanksgiving, right? But paragraph 186 has something very interesting. It said, according to Little Rod, Diddy funded and used his affiliation with the local gang and gang leaders who would frequent his home in LA and Miami to secure the drugs and guns he obtained and distributed out of his home in LA and Miami. Let's also not forget that I think it was alleged in one of the reports that when the feds raided Diddy's home, they found multiple unregistered firearms, along with a bunch of other stuff, multiple unregistered firearms. That means the serial numbers were, I'm sorry, not unregistered. They were unregistered, but they also had the serial numbers filed off of them. So, of course, if the serial numbers are gone, whatever. So they were illegal firearms that did not have serial numbers. If you guys don't know, every bang bang got to have a serial number for it to be legal. Usually, whenever it's obtained by legal methods or even illegal methods, you file the serial number off because every serial number can be traced back to a store that you bought it from, okay? Also, the fact that these known affiliations, local gang and gang leaders, all right? It says in the thing that Little Rod has intentionally left the names and images of these individuals out of the pleadings out of fear of retaliation. And baby, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. If y'all ever see me on the streets of Cali, I rep no set, but I have respect for both of them. Okay, this is not blue. This is silver. This is a neutral color. Okay, it's silver. It's silver. It just comes across as bluish gray on screen. It's a neutral color. Also, we go into a few other things that I find very, very interesting. We also have this in paragraph 2012. Within a few months of working for and living with Mr. Combs, Rodney witnessed KK instruct her direct reports and Comb Enterprise employees, Brendan, that's the guy that got caught muling around, right? He got charges pending right now, and he probably gonna be the next to flip on Diddy, Frankie, and Moy to acquire and transport the following blanks: E, C, GHB, K, M, and mushrooms. Rodney personally witnessed Diddy Enterprise employee Brendan transport firearms to and from nightclubs, strip clubs, and other venues for Diddy on his person in Miami, Florida. Now, can I just stop here and say, right? Cassie said that she was the mule for Diddy at one time. She secured blank blank, but also she carried the hammers for him. It's been alleged that J-Lo also carried hammers for Diddy. I say this to say, Brendan was what, 25 years old, little skinny, twinkie white boy. You think Brendan, and here's the thing, Diddy got Brendan right when he came out of college. You think Brendan and Diddy had a romantic relationship? There's nothing wrong. They did. But do you think Brendan was Diddy's lover? Ooh, wanna be your lover. Wanna be the only one that turns you on. Woo! I'm just saying, do you think that he put on Wanna Be Your Lover and they was dancing? Ooh, wanna be your lover, right? I'm just saying, and Diddy was doing his little Diddy bop. My Brandon was just sitting there doing a two-step off beat, right? I'm just saying, because I feel like every person that Diddy had around him for years, not just like a year, but years. I feel like that old saying on t-shirts, ass, grass, or gas. Everybody got to pay the what is it? The dues. Nobody rides for free. Everybody got to pay a toll. Nobody rides for free. And that just seems like that's Diddy's model. So Brandon wasn't paying. Well, he was bringing grass, and yeah. So maybe he wasn't having to give ASS. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But things like this keep me up at night wondering what's going on. I am trying to ask around in Syracuse and University of Virginia to find out what the real deal was with Brendan. But you're going to have to wait for that, because right now it seems like Diddy pulled him out of school because he was like a basketball player. But Brendan always wanted to be a producer. And I will say, this is why I always say Diddy reminds me of a jinn, like the biblical jinn, the Quran jinn, where they promise you whatever in 3 wishes, but they always trick you into to get your soul. Have you noticed that Diddy, everybody that's around Diddy, whether they are snitching on him or not, whether they got in trouble or not, have you ever noticed that everybody around Diddy, well, something weird happens. They actually, like, he always promises them something. Brendan stopped being a basketball player and basically dropped out of college because Diddy got to him young, because Diddy promised him that he could become a producer and make beats. So you're in school, you have a bright future, you drop out because you see this billionaire, like whatever, that says you got talent, which I understand. You can always go back to school, or can you when the gin's involved? So you see this billionaire person, you drop out of school, he says you're going to make beats, and meanwhile you being his mule. And 4 years later, you being arrested by the feds instead of him, which makes me think that Brendan is going to flip. Right now, they're saying that Diddy is paying for his lawyers, but eventually they're going to throw some real hard jail time at Brendan. And I bet you anything Brendan's going to flip. It makes no sense for him not. And you being arrested by feds while you about to you're supposed to be getting on a private jet to go fly anywhere. And all of a sudden, Brendan is that, those scenes where it's like, you're probably wondering how I got here, right? And you see him and he scores. and Diddy getting him from Syracuse. Now, you might be wondering, what ties would Diddy have for Syracuse? Well, apparently, and again, this is a long time ago, Syracuse University and Diddy go way back. Apparently, there is urban lore of Diddy on the Syracuse campus. Diddy used to party with the Syracuse girls, right? Even as he got older. Of course, I will say, I believe it was in either 1991 or actually maybe it was 1999. Diddy was actually accused of SAing a girl in Syracuse University. Go ahead, and they tried to scrub it from the internet, but if you dig deep enough, the reports are still there. So Diddy actually had some mess happen with them in Syracuse University. I wonder how many girls from and guys from Syracuse might have tales to tell about what happened with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, by the way, right? By the way, I do want to know, do you guys want me to talk about that whole Diddy Madam situation? I'll go live again and talk about it. I want it on a separate live. Y'all know me, right? Mama got to get her coins. But let me know if you want me to talk about that Diddy Madam thing. Also, I do have a Jonathan Odie update. As much as people tried to clown me, look who's laughing now. Look who's laughing now. Anyway, because it looks like all my predictions were right. Anyway, let's get back into this. They said that Brandon, a once promising college basketball player who I'm sure could have become somebody's accountant or gym teacher, transported firearms to and from nightclubs, strip clubs, and other venues for Diddy on his person in Miami, Florida. Again, you got to think, why was he armed so much all the time? We even look at what happened with Diddy and his ties to Black Mafia family. That was well documented. It seems like he graduated out of that and he went into the Pyru and the Pyrus and the Crips. Anyway, J Dot said, shut the front door is a good one. Yeah, I like that. But do you think that's too niche? Do you think anybody that's not a Tattle Tells, but then again, Tattle Tells, hopefully y'all will be the ones buying it. So maybe niche is good. Also, Glow Right said, Tisa, love your sweet tea. You be still in your opinion and your news be on point. Your girls speak your truth. Thank you so much, Glow Right. I appreciate you guys so much. And J Dot, thank you so much again. Okay, so then he said, Rodney personally witnessed Diddy distribute firearms out of his bedroom closet to individuals that Rodney knew to be members of a local gang. Now, the funny thing is, right? And this is where I think maybe if all the reports I'm hearing are accurate, this might be an actual important thing for Diddy. Just let me cook on this one, right? Little Rod keeps referring to these people as local gangs. I've had it through other people that Diddy, the booby trap where he sourced, he says they weren't blank workers. I guess he was paying beautiful young men and women to come sit there and watch him create in the studio. Maybe they had Bible study together, right? It's going to be a hard sell for the person that was purchasing these people to say that saying these were blank workers for Diddy to go. But let me just be clear about this, right? They keep saying from local gangs. They do not say whether they are Bloods and Crips. I know on the title it looks Blood and Crip, but I did that, So click, right? But there is a real chance that these local gangs were actually what do you call it? Were also involved in the cartel. Let's just say like season 1 of Narcos. Okay. This is another reason why they are saying that Little Rod declined to show photographs or say anything, because he does not want retaliation. And as much as he spilled on everybody in the industry when it came to possible gangland, when it came to possible cartel connections, he said, I might leave it at that. I guess he passed that off to the federal government. Again, they said Little Rod is intentionally being vague in fear of his personal safety. He can provide more detail to the court in camera, right? Now, again, if he could say that to the court, I'm guessing that he can also say he can provide more information to the actual feds, because make no mistake, Little Rod had to talk to the feds. Explain to me how he dropped the amended complaint 24 hours before there was a raid, and the raid and the amended complaint followed each other very parallel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm just saying, right? Anyway, let's keep going. So, damn it, I hate when I do that. Okay, so anyway, that's 186. No, no, no. Oh, here we go. In making the Love album, several evenings. Did I jump too far ahead? Hold on. 1 second. Okay. Here we go. So they said during the making of the Love album, several evenings, Rodney personally witnessed Diddy instruct the Combs Enterprise employees, Brendan Frankie May, to solicit blank workers to the recording studio at his home and to the Chalice recording studios. Let's also not forget these blank workers were from the Booby Trap, which is alleged to be run by the people that were featured in Narcos season 1. Okay. According to Rodney, Diddy felt there was too much testosterone in the studio and wanted blank workers there to create a vibe for the Love album. Then when these workers arrived, Diddy and other musicians and producers were required to engage in blank acts with them. KK and Frankie would often negotiate the price for the blank worker services. They would either pay the workers in cash, electronically, via Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or wire transfer. Here's what I do want to know. How much were these girls getting paid? Because I believe Cash App has a $2,500 limit, or at least $1,000 limit daily, 2,500 every 3 business days. Now, maybe they had a corporate Cash App, which gave them higher daily spending. But if it was corporate, that means that it was paid out of company funds. Venmo, I believe Venmo has a $2,500 limit per day. Correct me if I'm wrong. PayPal, I believe, unless it's a business account, there is a daily spending limit, which 25 to 5,000, depend who you are, or wire transfer. Wire transfers do not have a spending limit, but I do know that there usually is a 24 to 48 hour waiting period, right? Oh, Cash App raised spending. How much did Cash App raise spending to? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so but anyway, the whole point is, if they did it, that means if they have the date, that means that they definitely have the paper trail, which makes it's going to be very, very hard for Diddy to prove to people that these people were not, in fact, blank workers. Because think about it. I'm being serious. Think about it. Were they not blank workers? So you mean to tell me that these girls were not played for blank? You mean to tell me that you got them from the Booby Trap, bought them over? KK and who is it? And Frankie went around. How much? $1, $2, $3, 4 or 5. Do we have 10? Went around, negotiated the price, and then right then and there sent payment. If Little Rod has the pictures, that means he has the timestamps. That means he has the date. That means that he has all this stuff to back him up, baby. Or through any other form requested by the blank worker, as detailed in the chart below. When Rodney was groomed into soliciting blank workers for Diddy, he often negotiated the cost via text message. And I'm sure Rodney has every single text he ever sent. Again, lots of gangland associates. Let me just get through this really quick. I'm trying to make a point. Okay. So anyway, Diddy will always be set to go. Now, guys, listen, hold on. Let me just see this. I think we have a little end on the Cash App. Oh, Cash App. Okay, so Cash App raised their spending limit. You can spend $15,000 per week or $45,000 per month. I'm just saying. Anyway, what? $15,000 per week or $45,000 per month. It used to be $10,000 a week, but there's still a limit in how much you can send daily. They don't just let you send $15,000 in one shot. There's a limit to how much you can spend daily. Anyway, Thank you so much, Jamie. Appreciate it. Okay, so where are we now? So when you get into this, right? Lil Rod has actually sent out, and he says he has names, he has pictures, he has everything. That Diddy got protection from the Crips and the Blood. He also moved rugs and bang bangs for them, bought, sold, whatever. Also with the local gangs, which in Miami, I believe they call that the cartel, right? They also participated in. Again, Rodney is alleging this. Diddy maintains his innocence. Nothing has been proven in the court of law, but Little Rod is going straight to court for this, right? So it looks like the reports that Diddy might be using leverage of his connections, what he knows, the people that he worked with on a gang to actually buy his way either into freedom or a less sentence, right? Hold on 1 second. Okay. Anyway, right? Anyway, the point of the matter is Diddy's going to use this leverage. Why does this make sense? Diddy's too scared to go up to his masters above. What did Kanye West said? Where's Lucien? Serve your master, Nick, right? Lucian Grange, that Kanye referenced, one of the people that is in this lawsuit. I don't think Diddy has enough BALS to go against the people he actually serves, if you believe the rumors. Why? Because two reasons. One, I think those people will make you disappear. Look what they did to Whitney. Look what they did to Michael. Look what they did to Prince, right? They don't play. But second of all, I think Diddy is thinking of the long term. I think he thinks as long as he keeps his mouth shut, his kids will be taken care of. They'll have a rich fairy godfather. All this stuff will happen. At least they'll be able to have a lifestyle or people that will take care of his kids if he stays quiet. He gains nothing at all from snitching on them. On top of that, they might be so big and powerful. He's like, there's no point in doing it. However, when it comes to other criminals, he might be open to doing that because what does he have to lose? And the feds might want them more than he wants him. Again, like James said, do you plan on making it to court? Because the streets got a way of dealing with everything. The streets have a way of dealing with everything and everybody. Now, let's get this straight, right? Is there precedence for this? Well, let's also not forget in Atlanta, I do remember hearing rumors that T.I. allegedly gave up Big Meech in exchange for him getting off on charges himself. Now, this is alleged, but I've been hearing this for a minute on the Atlanta streets. It is not uncommon for people to give up big fish that aren't billionaires, right? But maybe they, and they get money in illegal ways. It is something that they will give up. Now, again, we're talking a little bit more than Big Meech. That's why Big Meech is sitting in there. Somebody gave him up and people said it was T.I., right? But again, this is one of the reasons that it's taking so long. I know what people says. The indictment hasn't come down out of this, that, and the third. Please believe with that money that Diddy's spending on this criminal defense, it's rumored that each of his lawyers are at least $1,700 an hour. And he got 4 or 5 lawyers and they're all working round the clock. So you can imagine what his legal bills look like. Please believe that they have approached the Department of Homeland Security investigations. Please believe that they have tried to figure out what is going on. Please believe they have tried to stop this train as much as they could. That's what you're paying for. His lawyer, Bobby Sternum, she literally has the highest clearance ever and a civilian can have when dealing with the government. She has represented private individuals against actual foreign nations and foreign governments, right? And I'm not even talking about the U.S. attorney. I'm talking about like the government of the UK suing you for trying to blow up Heathrow Airport. She's represented Osama bin Laden's main shooter. She has represented some very, very heavy, she represented Ghislaine Maxwell. My whole point of the matter is it's actually naive to think that Diddy is like some dope boy rocking back and forth on this couch like, damn, and the boy's going to come get me. He has the insight knowledge. He has a legal dream team, so to speak, right? That will take the initiative and approach Homeland Security off the bat and be like, what's going on? Especially, I can understand if they didn't understand about what was going on and they didn't fully believe that. Okay, maybe. But let's not forget that once the raid happened, any lawyer worth their salt would have approached the government. Diddy knows what he did. Diddy knows what they were looking for. Diddy was there in the aftermath to walk through or have his employees, right? Even those landscapers that allegedly work for a cartel-run organization, walk through the house, take video on FaceTime. Boss, you see this? You see this? You see this? Walk through on FaceTime, because I was Diddy. I wouldn't have come back into the U.S. Walk back through FaceTime and show everywhere they went in. Diddy knows what they found. Diddy knows what's in those security systems. Diddy knows what they took. I heard a few people being like, TC, you jumping the gun. Why would there be plea deal negotiations and indictment hasn't come down? Y'all can't be that naive. You really think that Diddy's all-star team is not bracing for what's coming? You really think Diddy's all-star team ain't literally doing on some Gandalf, you shall not pass, trying to stop what's coming or limit what's coming? That's what Diddy is paying them for. That's what you pay lawyers for. That's what you pay. You think this man got 4 lawyers off of Little Rod's civil complaint? They probably thought Little Rod's complaint was light work. They sent Sean Hawley and her internet campaigns to go handle Little Rod, if you believe that Sean Hawley runs internet campaigns. I don't know. I saw what she did in Meg Thee Stallion trial, right? Allegedly. Well, at least that's my opinion. You don't believe me. Go do your own research, okay? But my whole point of the matter is, right? Diddy, you don't hire 4 big time employees to fight Little Rod and Douglas Wigmore. Maybe 2 attorneys at most could have did that in their sleep. It's all negotiations and gearing up. You hire these lawyers. I was the first person that broke. Y'all know I gotta brag. I was the first person to break that he hired Barbie Sternum and Sean Hawley when we thought it was just Jonathan Davies. Why is that? Because, baby, you do preempt this. The best defense is a good offense. And if you can meet the feds before anything's publicly released, if you can meet the feds and kind of give them a bone to chew on, offer them a bigger fish, so maybe they might be like, all right, even the charges we bring against you might be reduced charges. It might be something simple. So at the end of the day, you do time, or even not time, just something stupid like, okay, well, you got bank fraud, wire fraud, something that is bad enough to smack his hands. Maybe he does a year or even a few months in thing just to prove a point. And then, he got to inform for the rest of their lives, this, that, and the third. But you would get it so that it was something to justify a smack on the hands, but nothing to really completely destroy his life. You can come back from bank fraud. You can come back from wire fraud, right? Because at the end of the day, what is wire fraud? Cash apping someone across state lines. What is wire fraud? Honestly, it can be something very serious, but it can also be like, yeah, they caught you slipping. Okay. So when you get down to what happened with Diddy, this is why he's paying that big team to meet the feds where they're at and to start seeing if we can make a deal. If Diddy is willing to give up information on the people he knows on the street, because we know he ain't going for the billionaires that's doing what God knows what. If he's willing to do that, maybe the feds will cut a deal. But again, it creates an interesting question. What's going to happen to Diddy if you do that? Like James said, will you make it? But also, what's going to happen to your kids? Because they still got to be on the street. Don't forget Christian Combs just a couple months ago, like I said, was looking stupid, throwing up gang signs. But honestly, what's going to happen to your actual family if you do all this? And baby, they got patience. I'm not saying, far be it from me to suggest that any gang organizations at all would ever do anything to even one person in Diddy's family. But you guys get what I'm actually saying. Y'all get what I'm actually saying. So where are we, right? So where are we? We have that Diddy is what? Diddy's cooked. I know that much. Uh, I know that much. Diddy is cooked. I know the fact that Diddy is, well, okay, I can't say I know anything for a fact, right? It's all alleged, right? But I do believe that Diddy, if his lawyers are worth a dollar they're paying him, they are out there shucking and doing whatever they can to stop what's coming. That's what you pay these big bucks for. You don't sit there and wait until all these charges come down so they can destroy your life. And people are just like, no, didn't you get charged with this? Didn't you get charged with that? So anyway, again, don't believe me? Well, somebody, it was rumored to be T.I., but somebody gave up Big Meech in Atlanta. That's how they got out of stuff. So we'll see. It is interesting also to see what's going to happen with Jay-Z, who is very, very, very intertwined with Diddy's business. Now, let me just say this. I know there's a lot of rumors about what's going on with Jay-Z. At the end of the day, I've been hearing stuff about Diddy for years. I even remember I did a video last year, like not last year, but last year, like in January, clowning Diddy for some Carisha stuff. And I had a couple people call me and be like, yeah, you might want to pull that video down or to stay out of it. Diddy is involved in some very dark stuff. So everybody's been hearing about that for a while. Everybody's been hearing about that for a while. So where are we at? I mean, do with it what you may. Also, keep in mind that when you look at, okay, the people that control Diddy are going to tell me he has to take it to trial. And keep in mind that the plea deal is not guaranteed. The plea deal, no matter what anybody feels like with cases like this, it is a privilege. They don't just offer you. If that's the case, everybody be like, I'll take the plea deal. When they got you dead to rights like this, when you're going left and right, baby, the only way you can get out of it is by going to trial and fighting the government on that 95% success rate, or you just plead guilty. Again, look at mass leaders. Look at the Unabomber. Do you think they got plea deals? Baby, they said you won't go down, down, down. You don't have a right to a plea deal. The only thing you have a right to is a speedy trial. Okay. The plea deal is to avoid the expense of litigation and public humiliation, but it is a gift in times like these when the federal government offers it to you, right? Again, remember what I said in the last live. The attorneys that are trying Trump said from the gate, we have no intention of offering a plea deal to Trump, right? And this is 100% going to trial. Again, they're sifting through flight records, travel reports, cash apps, Venmos, all things that they can from everybody in Diddy's organization. I know Diddy is walking around skipping, right? Christina K is probably like, do you think that Diddy is going through it? Because think about it. The way everybody describes Diddy is kind, I don't know if it's true, but they describe him like he is a functional addict, right? He's not a little functional. I don't know if he is, but that's the way they seem to describe him. Do you think that Christina KK is going through it because they got to find a way to keep him happy? They got to find a way to keep him involved. They're all still around him. So they are all still being paid by him. But I guarantee you that when this indictment comes out, right, I guarantee you a lot of his closest people will also be invited. What was the point of arresting Brandon when people said, oh, well, he only was holding, it's a $25,000 bond. He was only holding. Y'all don't understand the feds. It's not to the point that, again, Brandon was Diddy, allegedly, Diddy's, according to Little Rod, Diddy's mule, his personal mule. He wasn't like supplying the whole freak off. That was KK, right? He was Diddy's personal, his job. He came in with dreams of being a producer, and he literally had to hold Diddy's little fanny pack and sometimes maybe turn around and let Diddy play in his fanny pack, right? That seems to be Brendan's job. Just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but it's given that from what I've heard about Diddy. But my whole point of the matter is when it comes to Diddy, they say that he needs to be kept at all times. Brendan was arrested. This is what the feds do. They come and they start sniping at the little people. Because if I was KK, well, KK seems to be his Jose Maxwell, so I don't know. But if I was his Brendan, if I was his Moy, if I was his Fahid, if I was his like driver, somebody that, yeah, I was involved, but I wasn't really benefiting from it, right? I would feel some type of way that you looking at 20 years and I'm looking at 8. 8, what'd I do? But it's being stupid a crime? And for the record, yes, it is, Young Miami. Being stupid is a crime. It's still time to roll back, right? You look at Daphne, you look at Miami, you look at all those people. They're like, how dare you? We would never, Young Miami, clutch my pearls, right? Maybe. But if they can prove even an action of that, in real life court, if they find you doing blank work, they might put you on probation, I'm guessing, right? Let me actually Google the time. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. Federal federal time for blank workers. Let's see. What is federal sentencing time for blank workers? It's a class A misdemeanor. It's called federal and state charge for prostitute. It is a class A misdemeanor. So what's the time for the class misdemeanor? They're trying to decriminalize. Hold on. How much time can you get from a felony class A? Maximum time. Sorry, guys, we're going to go on this journey. Maximum time for class A felony. Oh, wait, no. That can't be right. Oh, it's a misdemeanor. I saw a lifetime thing. I was like, that can't be right. Even though for blank trafficking, right? There's lifetime sentences now. Diddy should be very worried. Or maybe the little local gangland affiliate should be working for satire. Let's see, misdemeanor. I was like, what? It's a class A misdemeanor. So it's saying that without prior blank official conviction has 2.5 years longer than. Oh, there's mandatory minimals. Ooh, hold on. Let's get into that. Basically, they're looking at a maximum of 85 months in the penitentiary. Again, this is why if I was Daphne, if I was Carisha, if I was there, I would be very, very scared, because as much as Diddy is putting a batter in the back, talking about they can't prove anything, it's going to be very, very easy to prove it. And once they do it, imagine sitting across from agent ABC and they like, yeah, heard the city girls broke up. Yeah, JT already did her time. It's time for you to go in now. And literally, you are looking at 85 months in prison just because you thought you caught a lick, just because you thought you had a dummy, just because you thought this and that. Do you see what I'm saying? So it becomes way, way more important. Listen, you know what? Kanye was right? Who said that? Carrie. Kanye was right, but can I just say this? Kanye also, right? Also, hung around Diddy a lot. And Kanye's addicted self by his own thing. He was not just caught, he was jumping probably in the freak offs. I just hope they was all consensual. Again, everybody just thought it was fun, and Diddy had the cutest girls and the hottest guys there. I hope everybody was just like, I thought it was consensual. I honestly hope, really honestly hope. So what do y'all think, right? What do y'all think? I think that Diddy will flip. I think that unless he gives up someone else or pleads guilty out of trial, it's done. I think he's done. I think that he will give up on his affiliate. I think he will give up anybody that is on the criminal side. I just think that the masters, where's Lucien? Serve your master, Nick, right? I just think, I really honestly think that, this is going to get messy, and a lot of people are going to go down. But the way that the Diddy's loyal band of fools, and I mean the Stevie J's, in my opinion, the Daphnes, the Young Miamis, the this and that, if everything Little Rock saying can be proven, I do think they are going to be singing like canaries. Singing like canaries if they are mentioned anywhere, or worse yet, if the feds pick them up, right? And the feds picked him up and be like, Daphne, I know you thought 50 cents was a mofo, baby. We need to talk about these 85 months where you might go away from sweet sire. Again, the feds are known to be assholes like that. The feds are known to do whack ass like that. You know what I'm saying? Also, I want to say thank you to, hey, what's up? Alaquandria Glover said, Tisa with the T again. I'm listening to you while, I'm minding the business that pays me while being nosy. That's right. Just minding our business, being nosy. And also, Crystal Cole, thank you so much for the generous super chat. Thank you, everybody, by the way, for the super chats. You said, Tisa, do you remember the Fed's case against Aaron Arthur Anderson back in the early 2000s? They took, oh, yes. So I actually did a study on that. It was after everything that happened. It was like Imran 10 years later, right? Imran Arthur Anderson, they took down CEOs, CFOs, COOs, and low-level employees. That's true, but the big fish actually swam away. It was a mixture between who the feds can snatch and who was actually snitching. But Imran Arthur Anderson, that was literally, it's like somebody taking down Amazon for running a scam. It was big and it was wide. And you know what, Crystal? That's the perfect way they could discover the way what's going on with, as much as they try to clown him, Tyrone Blackburn is actually bringing down the music industry. Y'all know what I'm saying? This is a way to actually clock that he's actually bringing down the music industry, because as much as they don't want, as much as they don't want to admit it, if there's an ounce of truth, right? If there's an ounce of truth to what everybody's saying, baby, yeah, it's gonna be a lot. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. In any case, you guys, listen, I'm going to go live a little later tonight. Like I said, yesterday something was going on with my internet. Today something's still going on with my internet, but I'm still going to go live for you guys in about an hour, right? Yeah, I did. He said, where's Lucien? Serve your master, Nick. Can't say that thing. I'm going to get not just demonetized, kicked off of YouTube. They probably waiting for me to say a slur. And I'll be like, but I'm black. Listen, I wish Tyrone did interviews too. But you know what? I wish Tyrone did interviews too. That is Little Rod's attorney. But I got to tell you though, I think it's a smart thing, them kind of staying quiet now that the feds are involved and waiting for this indictment to come down. Because once the indictment come down, they did all of the work for him. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all know what I'm saying. Again, I don't think it's rappers. I think it's Diddy. Diddy wasn't doing, I hope that's not what they're going to think. Diddy was on his own mess. I think he learned that stuff from that top 1%, those boule initiations, if you believe the thing. I think that's where Diddy's learning all that stuff, right? Listen, H. Fisher, somebody said, yeah, exactly. Tyrone is playing it right. Listen, I don't know what is going on with Diddy, but something's going on. Anyway, you guys, listen, let me get out of here. I'm going to talk to you. Oh, also, really quick, do y'all want me to talk about Diddy's madam and everything that's going on with that? Put a 1 if y'all want me to talk about Diddy's madam. Put a 2 if y'all want me to come back on. I have a lawyer, Black Letter Law. She's really, really good, has inside information. Put a 2 if you guys want me to come back on to discuss Shine's case and the possibility that it will be reopened and whether J-Lo could be indicted for lying. Put a 2 if you want that, and put a 3 if you want me to come back on and talk about both. What y'all want? 1 for the madam, 2 for Shine, 3 for both. Hold on. Okay, y'all. Okay, I hear y'all loud and clear. Y'all gonna be working tonight. Working. Okay, we'll do that. Let's see. Okay, that sounds good. Anyway, you guys. Okay, we got threes. Okay, y'all gonna have me working tonight. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. Hit the like button on the way out. I'll see y'all later. Bye.